Look, I get it's a beta, okay? I know that it's a beta. That's why I put right now in the title. But this, this is just... come on, man. I've been seeing a lot of UFL clips on Twitter, some of them good because it shows what the game could be, some of them bad and show what desperately needs changing, and some of them are ugly, which shows that, again, it's just a beta. I've played about 20 matches, used some good players, and recorded a stupid amount of clips as to give the reasons why UFL is not the FIFA killer, no matter how bad we want it to be. Now let's start with some of the positives. First, that it's not made by EA Sports, so at least there's a chance that my voice and all of our voices will be heard, so if there's a major issue, it could legitimately be fixed. Whether or not this game succeeds, at least they gave it their best shot to take away the market from EA Sports, something that they do not deserve whatsoever. Sorry, I thought I'd get my once a video jab at EA out of the way early. Now another positive is that the attacking AI seems a little bit better than FIFA. Now that's not saying much because FIFA's attacking AI will literally go out of its way to be in a worse position, but at least in UFL they actually move. This center mid, for example, Toma, is a low-rated player, 64 overall, and only has 56 attack positioning. Yet look at the movement here. He sees space being made when my striker comes back to receive the ball, he runs into the space without me telling him to, and we end up scoring a goal. This run making is beautiful. It's FIFA 17-esque attack positioning. It doesn't matter that he has a low rating or that his attack positioning is low, and when the space is this clear and wide open, the rating should not matter whatsoever. My opponent leaves space for a player to run into and got punished for it. This is a skill gap. In these situations, it is up to the opponent to recognize a run being made and to stop a pass from being completed. Now, is the attacking AI perfect? No. Sometimes a player will run into space that's occupied by two defenders. Sometimes they will just not run at all. But at the very least, they occasionally move. And you all know the saying, the broken clock is right 2 times a day at least. Now, you know what else is unlike FIFA? The interceptions. Now, again, it's not perfect. At all, no, definitely not perfect, but interceptions will actually be made by people instead of ping-ponging away every single goddamn time. In FIFA, you need 99 interceptions in the intercept plus playstyle just to have a single iota of a chance to get the ball, and most of the time it will still bounce off the player. In UFL, they will actually take the ball from a poor pass. This guy, Siddiqui, again, a low-rated player, managed to get the ball because, crazy enough, I just put him there. Similar to the attacking AI, it doesn't matter what his interception rating is. I put him in a good position, my opponent made a bad decision, I was rewarded, and they were punished. That's how simple a game like this should be, especially when it's looking to be competitive. And lastly, there are not nearly as many animations in this game, and thank God for that. I don't need 11,000 new animations like FIFA has. If anything, that just makes the game worse because the game becomes slower. The animations in UFL are very similar from player to player, and the only difference is because of the stats and attributes between said players. Again, this is a good thing. I don't want to get screwed out of a goal because of something out of my control, like my attacker taking a shot with a slower shooting animation instead of a faster one. Now, unfortunately, those were the only major positives in the game. And again, I understand that it's a beta, but it still has a very long way to go and a laundry list of issues that need to be fixed. And so let's start with the most apparent one, the game speed and quickness. Jesus Christ, this needs to be fixed. I'm not sure what it is with sports game developers wanting the slowest gameplay known to man, but it's been getting worse and worse the past few years. FIFA has turned slower, eFootball is very slow, Madden is becoming a little slower, and now UFL is joining them. Now, I don't want every player to move like they just snorted a tub of G Fuel, but this is definitely not the answer. Not only is a slower game more boring, not only is it less of a skill gap, but it's not even realistic at this point. Yeah, that's right. I saw you realism weirdos already typing in the comments, alright? So let me explain it first. The slowness of the game is so unrealistic, it's making the players seem like they're toddlers learning to walk. You're telling me that a healthy adult in their 20s, let alone a professional athlete, has to take 5 or 6 steps and run in a semicircle to turn around. Brother, if you think that's what a professional looks like, I'm just gonna blow your mind real quick. Oh, crazy. Instead, they're doing this thing. Like, why? Why is this? Now, before anyone asks, no, I was not sprinting here, and there is genuinely no agility rating low enough to explain this type of movement. Again, I'm not saying I want players to act like they've just eaten double glazed apple fritters here, but surely there's a balance between that and whatever the hell this is. Now, as for how it lessens the skill gap, let's go back and take a look at a clip that I used for a positive example. During the build-up, I'm trying to do these one-touch passes because waiting would, or at least should, allow the defenders to intercept the ball. I get there might be a small delay, but the quickness of the passing animation is far too slow. And notice I said quickness there, not speed, alright? I'm talking about how long it takes for the animation to fully run its course. You can see that the power bar for the pass is done, so I'm hoping Ronaldo will just quickly make the pass as soon as possible. But instead, he takes a very long time to pass the ball. While I'm annoyed that the pass wasn't played first time, I'm more annoyed at how long it takes for the pass to just happen. This type of gameplay is too slow. It's as if my play is being nerfed because the game isn't quick enough to do what I want. I mean, in this clip, I literally am too fast for the game because my pass doesn't even get registered. Whether this is the quickness of the gameplay or just a lack of responsiveness, everything needs to be faster. That'll help animations come off quicker, and it'll help the whole dribbling situation because it also feels like I'm stuck in mud at the moment. And speaking of dribbling, what the hell is wrong with sprinting with the ball? Players will not only take first touches so bad that Jimmy Seville would get offended, but they seem to almost glitch when running. Odegaard is in open space here, yet he can't just turn and run. It's as if he just leaves the ball behind him and he can't accelerate. In this clip, when my opponent tries to tackle but misses and I have the ball with Ronaldo, I should be able to use my left stick and dribble around him, or at the very least, get to open space. But the dribbling is too sluggish and loose to be able to properly do anything, and then sprinting gives off too big of a touch. Again, so bad that Jimmy Seville would be disgusted with it. As for some of the other things that need to be adjusted, I do think they're a bit smaller, and while I think there's a lot of them, I also think that it's more indicative of the fact that it's still in its beta phase. A lot of things feel sloppy and just not as fine-tuned, like tackles not being rewarded nearly as much as they should. Please don't make me pay another 2 tackle tax. Oh my god, is this might be a bigger issue than I thought. Oh, wait. No, never mind. I benefited from it, so it's actually good. The player locking onto the ball is also an issue at times, and it can be annoying when you're focused on a counter attack while your player just, forgets the ball. Or when you're trying to run and they just forget the ball. Seriously, how hard is it to remember the ball? I'm convinced that sprinting actually makes you slower because how am I getting caught in this situation? Player switching is almost as bad as FIFA. In this clip, I'm trying to switch to the closest guy, but it doesn't work for some reason. Why not? Passing, especially passing power, is inconsistent as I'm doing nearly full 4 bars of power for this over-the-top through ball into the wide open space, yet it doesn't even reach my attacker. In the same attacking phase, I do literally all the power I could possibly do for an over-the-top through ball, and again, my attacker has to stop running to receive the ball. You also have this through ball that I aimed at my winger, just going to the opposition instead. Meanwhile, this pass that's not even 3 bars of power is picture perfect, and then this through ball to my winger splits the defense perfectly and leads to a somewhat decent goal. It just all seems extremely random at the moment. And, speaking of random, yeah, no, that's enough for the night. So is UFL the FIFA killer? No, it has an extremely long way to go at least. As I've said many times already, I get that it's a beta, but there seems to be a lot of things that need fixing. Some of them that seem like it would be an easy adjustment, like the tackling consistency, but others seem to be part of the core mechanics, like the speed and quickness of the gameplay. But who knows, right? Maybe in a few years everything could be adjusted and it could potentially be— oh my god, this game has goalkeeper movement. Get that shitty skill gap reducing mechanic out of here.